Hey everybody, how's it going? So we got into the office this morning and found out that CBS, the Eye, has just picked up Greg Berlanti's Supergirl pitch to a series commitment.
Wow.
Right? Now a series commitment doesn't mean they're gonna just make a whole series of the show. It means if they like the pilot, that there is then a certain number of episodes that they have to order. So when Greg Berlanti goes off and does the pilot, they're gonna come back, and then if CBS wants it at all, they have to pick up like 16 episodes or whatever the number happens to be.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Because we have previously discussed, we think Supergirl would be a great TV show, especially in this modern era of good superhero TV shows.
And I think Greg Berlanti is the right person to do it, because you look a few years back and you see David E. Kelley doing a Wonder Woman pilot, and that just made no sense.
Hollywood power player bingo. It was like, all right, superheroes are kind of big right now, and David E. Kelley's done all sorts of stuff, so clearly the two will just mesh like magic.
Seamlessly, and it'll be wonderful. And it wasn't wonderful, it was awful. So Greg Berlanti, of course, currently doing The Flash, responsible for Arrow, was a producer on Green Lantern.
Yeah, whatever.
But he has done a couple other network type things.
In the CW space, he's done more like Everwood, and more in the CBS space, I'd say his Brothers and Sisters and maybe Political Animals are more of that CBS brand. More
major networky kind of brand stuff.
If anybody's going to bridge the gap between a superhero TV show and the CBS brand, it's going to be Greg Berlanti. I think that part of this whole story makes perfect sense.
Right.
The thing that doesn't quite make sense to me is, like, where is this even going to go in the CBS schedule?
I mean, it's going to go between...
It's going to go between Big Bang Theory
and Criminal Minds and NCIS, and like 4 different NCIS series, and then Survivor. The only reason it makes sense for CBS to do this is because CBS was literally the only major network that didn't have a superhero series. Or Fox has Gotham, CW's got Arrow and The Flash. NBC has Constantine coming up. ABC, of course, has the Marvel stuff going on. And then now CBS has Supergirl. So that's really the only way that it makes sense for CBS to pull this in, which is fine, I guess. But so long as it's a good show, and, you know, I'll watch CBS for the first time in a decade. The other interesting thing here is because these properties, you know, it's Warner Brothers Television that's doing it, so obviously they own the rights to pretty much whatever. But, you know, meanwhile, they've got all these other shows going on, so it'll be curious to see, like, what version of Supergirl they use, and, like, whether or not she's just Superman's cousin and Superman exists in this world of Supergirl. I can't imagine Warner Brothers would let another actor come in and be Superman on the series, and they're definitely not going to cross over the Man of Steel movies with this TV show. That would be silly.
Yeah. I think this, more than any of the other shows, will really make Warner have to come to some sort of arrangement with their unified universe, or lack thereof.
Right.
Like, either put a new Superman in it and just be like, this is not the same universe, go home, kids.
Right.
Or just awkwardly never show Superman on screen, the way Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. has always had to do. And honestly,
just don't...
I don't like that option.
If we just don't talk about it, everything will be fine. You know, I'm curious to see how they're going to get around the problem of having so many Warner Brothers properties spread over so many different universes.
I don't know if that many people have their very favorite, like, no, this is Supergirl and you can't change her version of Supergirl. Right. I think that's, you know, I think you're treading on much
My favorite Supergirl was the run from 74 to 76, where she was in Action Comics. Blah. No, I don't think that happens.
I mean, I'm sure there are a couple of people who really have a favorite version of Supergirl, but I don't think they'll be so adamant about it that they're going to be...
CBS is not going to worry about that.
CBS is not going to worry about that. One thing that occurs to me is that CBS seems to be, maybe this is a play to drag their average viewership age down a couple of decades.
So yeah, it'll be really interesting to see how Supergirl and how the comic book genre in general fits in over at CBS. You know, generally it's the network of my mom.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think my mom's going to watch Supergirl unless it's a version of Supergirl that really speaks to that demographic.
Well, maybe not your mom, maybe my dad, and then I don't want to know why he likes that Supergirl.
There you go. It's the version of Supergirl for dirty old men. All right, well, let us know what you think of Supergirl and the pending TV show coming from Greg Berlanti to CBS. Major network superhero news. That's fun. I think we're all winners because we get comic books literally everywhere we look nowadays, which is great. Could be worse. Let us know what you think about it in the comments below. Click like and subscribe, and come back next time for more movie news on CineFix Now.
does look like a man's shirt.
It's a man's shirt. She's walk of shaming. And then she's like, I shouldn't be ashamed. I'm Supergirl. And then she rips it off.
Yeah,
Fights crime.
you're right.